Thanks for the reminder. Be right back. I have something I have to do. What are you gonna do? I have a standalone and Steam ready to go. Wait, Aloysia, are you actually gonna double client it? I was joking. Do Chieftain players actually do that? What? I have the Steam and the standalone ready to go. I'm serious? Oh no. Mid-max. These double looting. I'm gonna floor client it? Oh my word. You guys are out of control. That's insane. Level 2 tunes at once. A Miracle has a room with 10 PCs. There's no way, right? A Miracle, the AFK Chieftain angle. GeForce Now does count as another PC. Oh, so you can run 4 clients on the one computer. That's funny. Twitch on mobile sucks. Well, welcome, Mr. Goodwrench. So wait, you're watching a YouTube stream on mobile? That works all right? Sick. That's good to know. I personally am a big fan with the YouTube stream because it allows me to preserve the VODs, you know? Because Twitch will like delete the VOD after a month or whatever it is. Whereas YouTube, I can actually go back and be like, this was the freaking run I did a year ago. And it, you know, stuff like that. Go back and check stuff. Watching Twitch on mobile, can't access the Twitch at work. Fair enough. Hey, I support it. Check out the stream at work, right? Why not? YouTube's great for rewinding on the dot. Yeah, no, there's definitely some advantages to the YouTube player for sure. Counterpoint: we have proof of you scamming poor innocent bow users on YouTube. No. Nightfall, welcome. How you doing? I'm gonna play Dan's Firestorm on stun RF. Dan's playing a Caswin stun build? Did Dan make a video? Or just he like made a POB and then people have just been like passing around like a drug, like a drug dealing operation? Uber Dan. Nope, just a Valcold snap. Uber Dan? I would be a little bit skeptical of Uber Dan. I think this is mostly like Super Uber Dan. Is this different than Uber Dan? This is the same guy? Did he re-release the same video and got 50k views with it? It's just the same video, right? I mean, it's shorter. It's the same thumbnail. I don't know. I thought this channel was mostly him like memeing, right? Are they actual builds? When I looked at like this video, it was like he would showcase a POB where he wouldn't showcase like the whole thing, and it would be a character with like the most potato gear, and then it would say like 1 million max hit, 500 million DPS, like some crazy numbers that were like it's like not real type of thing. What's the free Palstron thing? Oh, in one of his videos, he made a meme for free Palstron. Is it Pyroclast minus Savage good for Elixir on bosses? It's good until you have to click it. Once you start clicking it, you might regret using it. Pyroclast of Sabotage is, in my opinion, it's mostly POB bait, but if you're really like okay, let's say for somebody like Jung, I don't think it's bait because he's going to micromanage it. He's going to keep uptime on it, and he's actually going to be able to use it. For me, it would be complete bait because I'd be like throwing down the mines and then attacking the boss when they're farther outside of the mines, and then I'd have to rethrow the mines, and I'd be wasting a bunch of actual DPS uptime, stuff like that. So I'd say, I don't know. I think the playstyle is not going to be fun, and you got to make sure you actually are going to be okay with consistently putting them down and making sure you have uptime on them and stuff like that. Is E-Blade going to be your starter? No. It's not going to be my starter. I'm just updating the E-Blade guide because I think it is a good guide. Speaking of which, I think it's high time I work on the rares. I got to work on these weighted sum searches, make sure they're appropriate. Get rid of all the regular attributes. Pseudo strength, pseudo int, pseudo dex. Woke up with BOB updated. Yeah, they have the beta out for the trees now. I was talking to people who could use 5 buttons to min-max your DPS, but I'd rather take the extra time to kill that quest extra. Yeah, it's just... it'd be not a fun playstyle, I think. Okay, so get rid of those. Max life, max yes, cast, attack speed, holding, crit multi, spell damage. Say crit multi, elemental skills. It really depends what skills you're doing. Crit multi, cold skill. I'm gonna leave these unchecked, but then tell people that they can customize this based on what they're looking for. If they're using a fire build or one of the fire skills or cold skills or lightning skill. Because this is pretty good extra value you can get on the jewel. Weight searches. I think weighted sums are really good. I think they're very helpful for giving people a good way to get a good item without overcomplicating it too much. You know, just if all they need to know is like, hey, update the change the weighting based on how good of an item you want. I feel like that's pretty straightforward. How you find value? Yeah, exactly. Now, why do something's bricked? Because this is not showing the weight amount when I do the search here. What did I mess up? Okay, it's showing it now. Interesting. Does the build effectively scale damage off energy shield so you can just slot whatever skill you want? Correct. All of your base damage is lightning because it's all from energy blade. All of your percent damage is from iron will and from things like the transfiguration anoint, which gives you percent damage based on how much percent ES you have. It's like it's all generic percent damage scaling. So it's basically just you could click pretty much whatever skill you want and you're going to deal some good lightning damage essentially. And it just depends on like what color or what animation or what type of content you're doing. Maybe you want a skill that's good for clear, maybe you want a skill that's good for bossing, stuff like that. The gear finder in POB using weighted sums is pretty cool too. I haven't used it, but maybe I should eventually figure it out and try it out and see what it feels like. All right, let's change this weighting to be like 60. Rare jewel weighted sum. Just waiting to upgrade. Is there any affixes I'm forgetting in this stuff? Crit multi, life, cast speed, life, energy shield. I have Elirez, I have Chaos Res. Maybe up the value of Elirez a little bit. Yeah, I think that would be fine. Playing doing slams, but a little birdie told me that all the popular people were doing slams, and I'm not keen on paying 2D for 400 PVSX. Well, I don't think you'll be paid that much. The upside of playing a meta build is a lot of like the T2 gear gets kind of flooded in the market. It takes some time, but eventually a lot of the tier 2 gear gets flooded on the market. So there is that. The other advantage is if you know the build well and you're crafting gear for it, you can resell stuff and make a good profit, right? Do we know if the Exiles will spawn with Cole support? I would doubt it. If they spawn with Cole support, we should be able to see it, right? Otherwise, they'll just randomly be killing hardcore players, which would be kind of not ideal, right? Did I test Stormbrand? No. I don't think Stormbrand is very good. Don't think Stormbrand is very good. That's my current feeling about it. Shaper's Touch, Ivory we hadn't added yet. Do I remember when Rogue Exiles came out? That was before my time. So no. Bendy Bruce, are you feeling better today? No. No, I'm feeling pretty cooked right now. But I want to make sure I get this guy done. Weighted sum search we need to do. Did you see the 3-8 video on Insta-Killing Ubers on a 3-link Molten Strike? I did. I did see it. People were linking me that earlier. It was, I mean, it's outside of doing the boss kill snipe like that, that's not like a real build, but it is something. Maybe take it easy today, save yourself for launch. Yeah, we're going to probably end stream a little bit earlier because I want to make sure I record this video. I'm going to do Glacial Cascade with Herald of Ice. Herald of Ice just feels good. If you have a good enough build that can support it, then can't really go wrong there. Let's work on the other rare items. You see my Twitch clip, Abaxith? No, you want to link it? I did not see it. What was the Twitch clip? Does Herald of Ice interact with minions? I don't believe so. Not 128 mirrors. Aye. The price of 20 character size. The old 20 characters size. Wife's gonna be happy about that one. Maybe so. Hamatrello's happy about that one. He just got 128 mirrors. In part 2, did you turn it into an MTX? Convert race reward. This item will be destroyed and you will be granted a count-bound microtransaction that changes the appearance of an item. Destroy my item. Type convert. Destroy my item. There you go. GG Abaxith. Congrats on getting the amulet. I had that amulet once 12 years ago. I bought it for 20x and I sold it for 20x a month later. Dang, Marcus. Does that keep you up on up at night a little bit? It's like it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of like the buying the pizza with Bitcoin situation, you know? Little did you know how far it would fly in the sky. Oh, the interface for deleting beasts? Yeah, we'll see about that one. Okay, I need to change this filter. I think my one regret when I did this is I separated all my attribute roles. And I wish I did this instead. Or I just do a pseudo of each. Pseudo of each is pretty based. Up this res a little bit. Did I decide on Connor's character name? No, I didn't. Should we do that today, guys? I had 20 Bitcoin when it was $1. Sold later for $20 per coin. Is that real, CBVL? Is that real? Yes, let's cook him. Dude, that's a huge oof. That's like what? Is it our Bitcoin like 100k per right now or something crazy? Listen, you 20 extra money. That's a pretty good return, right? His Twitch name should be your Twitch URL. just free marketing through Connor. Twitch.tv/Captain Lance 9. No, I don't want to do that. We got to come up with something to mess with him with. Do it, guys. I don't know. We can do something more creative than that. Weighted, rare ring, weighted, some search, update, waiting to upgrade. All right, hold on. Let's get out the notes, guys. Let's get out the notes. Get rid of all this stuff. We're gonna call this Connor. Next league name. Yes, he lost to us again. 4-0. Is it 4-0? How many bets have we beat him in? We beat him in the when he was saying he was like a Sigma 20 event, right? With the freaking Eldritch currency. We beat him in Gauntlet. We beat him in Gauntlet twice. We beat him most recently with the strength stack. Maybe it's 3. It's 4 or 3. I might be forgetting one. I'm just gonna keep 4 there. Maybe he'll correct us at some point. Lanced to essences. Throwback to the rage. Venting my weakness. He is doing well. His League Star's Mjolnir though, guys. His League Star is gonna be Mjolnir. Have you tried Spellslinger in campaign? I have not. Spellslinger's getting a good buff. I don't know if it's gonna make it good or not though. All rage, no strength. Round it up to 5 in my opinion. Free cat. What does that have to do with anything? Thor cosplayer. He's gonna be doing Mildar. One more loss. He did lose one more time. Skipped Quiver Day. He always does his NBA or player buns. You could do one of them with Lance. An NBA player pun? I don't know NBA players though. I don't know them like at all. Reggie Mjolnir? Okay, that's a pretty good one actually. I do know. Is it Reggie? It's a play on Reggie Miller, right? Okay, I do know that. I did not do the math good. He mostly does the math fine. Sometimes it's a little bit questionable though. Sometimes when I'm looking at he starts just punching things into the calculator. I'm like looking a little bit sus. Ask me for price checks. I don't want to do that. That one's just toxic. I don't like getting asked for price checks. I don't want him to get asked for price checks either. This is too toxic, guys. That's on the too toxic category. we'll be doing votes on some of these stuffs. POB Warrior, just POB Warrior. That's probably already taken. Connor Converse. Oh, just spell his name wrong. Man of Messiah, I like that. Lance's little bro. What's with the little bro thing? What's with people calling people little bro? Lost to no POV, man. That's right. That's right. Or I could say like even my POB lost. Because we did beat his POB as well. Not only did we beat his actual character, but we also beat his POB. Six portal defender? Does he doesn't use six portals usually though. Read my message, please. Somebody in chat will steal it. We can just slightly alter it, Bowhunger. It's not a big deal to be like, oh, if somebody yoinks the name, just take out the spaces or whatever, or add like a number at the end, you know? It's not the end of the world. Not worthy. Or hammer. Lance, can I do EB, PB for Sanctum? Yep. Energy Blade, Penance Brand works great for Sanctum. Training to beat Lance? I don't know. He's not happening. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Died to Drowning Orbs. Dude, Drowning Orbs is the worst, okay? Him dying to Drowning Orbs, like, I feel sympathy. Because I freaking hate those things too. Those are probably every time I'm rolling T17s and I see the Drowning Orb pop up, there's a little bit of extra. My rage increases by 1%. Every Drowning Orb hit. It's a logical thing to do. You have to test the mechanic. Yeah. Drowning Orbs are freaking toxic too. Freaking make it so your character can't move. There he is, Connor. We're working on your name. Do you have any suggestions you'd like to add to the list? We're gonna have some chat. Chat's going to be voting on these. Can we get something for Last Epoch, Aberath? Something related to the Aberath kill. You must add Tyrese Halliburton in the name. You want to play on Halliburton? Dude, I don't know how to... I don't know how to work that in. You know what's funny is I'm from Indiana, so I heard about this from my brother that apparently Pacers are in the finals and they're doing well. Halliburton hits some game winners and Connor doesn't. He's literally from Indiana. I don't watch basketball. He was just like, yo, our team's actually doing good. I was like, sick. What do I think about Glacial Cascade? I think it's like a mid-tier skills. I think it'd be a fun skill to play. I don't think it's highest DPS. Definitely not lowest, but I don't think it's like anything insane per se. I like the Midwest factual and a burn. How is that a burn? What's wrong with the Midwest? The Midwest is a good time, man. Okay? When you guys are telling me about how your houses cost $1.5 trillion, I'm happy I'm in the Midwest, okay? Okay? Quasi reasonably priced housing sounds nice to me, you know? How's the internet? Well, we have fiber now. We're not no longer in the Stone Age. Not enough rage essences. Chicago's the best city in the summer. I'm not a big fan of cities personally. In college I lived in Indianapolis, which isn't a big city, but even then I was still like, I don't like traffic. I don't know. Just driving around, having traffic all the time is not it, in my opinion. I feel like Chicago would be even more traffic. Whenever I've had to fly out of O'Hare or whatever, it's just like super traffic the whole way. Wait, ask for price checks is too toxic when I do PvP Warriors fine. I do max HP demos for all my builds. I didn't add PvP Warrior. That was somebody from chat. Here, Connor. I'll put it in the too toxic, okay? I don't want to cross any too severe lines here. I got a name padding my POBs. Reggie Mjolnir? I think that's a good one. Who came up with Reggie Mjolnir? Wait, is Mjolnir an E? Is it not an I? Why is my brain telling me it's an I? It is an E. It is I. In game, it's an E. In Norse mythology, it is an I, but they didn't want to get copied by. Oh yeah, copyrighted. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. We'll keep it consistent with the game. Avoid the copyright infringement with Zeus. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Local Hall for sure. Local Hall, what you starting, man? What you logging into? The OK names are not toxic enough. You saying there isn't enough toxic things going on here? Is there some kind of meme with Connor's name? Literally everyone spells it Connor. I'm confused. Connor's name is spelled with an E. But the common spelling for Connor, like the common most like Connor, he got dealt a bad hand by his parents, basically. Because they could have given him like the normal spelling and they said, yeah, screw this guy. I want him to deal with people asking how to spell his name for the rest of his life. That's what happened to me. My name, there's like a really common way to spell it. My parents gave like a weird spelling for it that's not normal. And so it's just constantly like, I'm pretty sure at one point the title of my house was, it had my name wrong, you know? Like even after like messaging my like realtor, be like, hey, that's not how it's spelled. Eric or Eric. Yeah, stuff like that. Zach confirmed. I can neither confirm or deny any of these accusations. What's your name again? You will never know. Well, you might know at some point. Who knows? Jason. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the issue, right? Needless to say, I made a personal call to make sure when we were naming our kids to not give them names that have like multiple different spellings, and then also not to be the spelling that's the less common one, you know? I like the toxic ones. Ask you for price checks of POV Warrior. Sub to Lance. Just the pure advertisement route. I don't know if I want to do an explicative. Nervo Sheko. It would be appropriate considering his character's name though. 1,000 strength left. Ooh, that's a good point. 1,000 strength behind. Not about left. It doesn't communicate the fact he lost by 1,000, you know? It was like 450, but it wasn't though. There's a deadline and you weren't ready, right? You have to understand that. That was I could have try-harded and min-maxed more pieces of gear and then spent too much on boots, and then I could have bricked my strength number, but I settled. I settled and I moved on, you know? I could have taken 10 minutes to swap, but you didn't. You missed the opportunity, so I get to XDD chat you. Pew2 is my favorite, Connor. I would love that name. Pew2 is my favorite. What's our character limit? We have a character limit, right? Okay, I need to delete a character. Unascended Ranger. What's the character limit?
A scion is perfection in mind, body, and grace. The crowning glory of our civilization, offering us hope.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
May Raycast embrace you as we cannot.
20, 21, 22. 23 is our character limit, looks like. 24? Dang, I can't count. I missed one. $255 is the limit. Just buy more character slots. Nah, I've installing all the character slots. See layout not found. That's toxic to me. Why would I name? No, I'm not gonna give him a name that's toxic to me. Connor is okay. Be honest with me, Connor. Is the reason you're going to play a second build? Is it because you're gonna respec to lose the name, or are you gonna actually just respec? Are you just gonna respec the character, or are you gonna start a new character when you go to E-Blade? This will affect how much I feel like I should be extra toxic or not. I'll change names whenever we reroll side characters, so it's fair. Whenever I reroll my second character, What is this? What is this? All right, fair enough. Fair enough. So if I play my character for 2 months straight, I don't want to play my character that long. I'll probably swap the champion pretty soon. He's gonna respect Max toxic name. My math is wrong. That's kind of toxic though. Because most of the time his math is pretty decent. Except for that one time he was telling himself he was a Sigma 20 event. He was just coping at that point. But Connor's gonna break Mjolnir. He's done multiple Mjolnir starts. He's not gonna break it. He's gonna void. He's not gonna do voided maps. Nah. I also don't think he wants to like reroll a second character. I think he'll just respec, right? The weakest hideout warrior? What? We did it. Path of Math might be open. You think this name's available? Ain't no way. Character name already exists, yeah. How about the one quick X-Arc? What's the reference there? Because he likes to do the X-Arc showcase. Minion enjoyer? No, he's not a minion enjoyer, guys. That wouldn't be appropriate. He's definitely not the MF Messiah. No, he's the Mana Messiah, guys. It's different. Mana Messiah. Everyone memes when I do video, guys. They say let's do a quick X-Arc. Well, it's a good DPS showcase, right? The toxic ones are good, guys. We can't do the toxic ones. like if he has to do a bunch of price checks because people are PMing him for. Well, will he actually get price checks? Probably not, right? Probably not. Consider only the toxic ones. One in 4 chance I lose to Lance. It's not 1 in 4. It's 100% chance I lose to Lance. He has never not lost to me. How about we make his name sub to a Baxith? Why? Why make his name sub to a... Why would I do that? My only price check man was the guy who asked me during the Uber memory game. Wait, you don't mind when people ask you for price checks? Make his name a fake RMT site? No. No, like stuff that would get him banned, guys. No like terms of service stuff. Tuna was right. What was Tuna right about? Are you picking each other's names? No, I get to pick Connor's name. We made a bet. I beat Connor in our strength stacking wager in Pox League 2. The winner gets to name the other person's League Star character. 1 essence left. Do we already have one like this? Not enough rage essence. I mean, 1 essence left is probably a better play than this is on Words Want. Could be 1 rage essence left, maybe. Shortest guy in Iowa? Is Connor even short though? I'm 5'15". Colonel Fork? What is that? What does that even have to do with? Lance just better. True. Lance just better is a true situations. Golems will work 9. Whoa, whoa. We're not. I'm. That's. They will work, man. I don't. They're gonna work. Couldn't beat Captain Stall. That doesn't even make sense. I don't stall. That doesn't. That doesn't even make sense. Lance snacking on Fub Tears. That was my character name from when we did the Fub bet. That's too many characters for sure. Couldn't beat. Excuse me. Nope, it fits. That fits. Mana Messiah, we got that one already. Mana Messiah's up here. We got Mana Messiah. Did Lance mute himself again? Dang it, yeah, I did. I did. My bad. My bad. I was looking at the punchy emote. That punchy emote is the POV of Connor versus a 130-pound pro fighter, and he's decimating him with pure skill. Pee-wee 2 better than 1? That's not happening. One swap left. Cooked by Lance. Not bad. That was a showcase of how insane Lance's streamer client was. What are we talking about? My streamer client? I didn't do anything wrong. I got screwed most of that event, okay? 0-4. The boots led to the emote. Oh, when I finally hit my boots, or something else, or when you were crafting your own boots. Did you hit wand implicits? I don't think he did. He's going Incinerate Vending. He's starting with Mjolnir, Edwin. So it needs to be like a Mjolnir pun if it's going to be Mjolnir. We have Reggie Mjolnir over here. This would be kind of too nice though. This is like a name that this is literally a name that Connor would choose himself. I was so confident you wouldn't hit in 5 mirrors. I said I'd punch air for 1 minute for every mirror left over, and you hit in 7 volts. Oh, I forgot about that. that was the freaking the synth boots. Oh, that was a long time ago. Wait, was that one of the bets I won? Was that a wager? Was that one of my wins? I don't know if we bet on that. There's a couple names that are too nice. Yeah, probably. Let's be honest. There is probably a couple names that are too nice. It wasn't a bet. Yeah, I think you were just throwing it out there. But you followed through with the punching. Fair enough. Respect it. Did we get a totem clip yet? What do you mean totem clip? We're not playing totems. Can you put numbers in names? You can't, right?
A scion is perfection.
Yeah, you can't put numbers. I'd have to type it out. What emote is this? The Vision? We already have a Vision emote. Vision is almost upon us. Dude, this league's gonna be good, man. This league's gonna be good. You can put PoE 2 better game. I don't want to put that, though. I don't want to put that. Is like the goal him being harassed in game by people that are like, yo, what the hell's that name, man? Do Anthony Bennett, it's the worst first draft in NBA history. So this is, am I taking you on your word? This is something that Connor uh, would be upset with his name. He'd be fuming. Is that actually true? Is Anthony Bennett actually the worst first NBA draft? That might be too toxic. I don't. Is that really that toxic? Is there a way we could do a play on this name for PoE related things? It's worse than recent history. No tomes. What about no tomes? I'm gonna include. I'm gonna have 2 buy lists. I'm gonna have one for the tri stack and one for the cast on crit slash self cast. I want to separate that because the tri stack values decks almost 1-to-1 value to strength and int. So the weighted sum searches they have that weighting relation. Whereas I want to devalue the decks more, so I have to separate 2 lists. Also, the league start for tri-stack is the one where I have the full guide on how to go straight to Sanctum, and I have 2 different kind of like earlier recommended items you can go for. So I wanted to separate the 2 for that reason. Lost to a Sanctum runner? I'm not a Sanctum runner, man. I'm not a Sanctum runner. Connor with an O. If you want to make Anthony Bennett work, just add level strength. I see what you're going for there. I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Is it, wait, is it 2? Is it 1 T? Did I add an extra T? No word on second changes? No, we haven't got them yet. We haven't got them yet. Merc, please help. We could do a play on the fact Merc's going to carry his build. What's his first build? His first build is Mjolnir. He's starting Mjolnir. His first build is Mjolnir. Whatever the name you pick, misspelling it will make it better. Merc's Merc's Orabot, Merc's backpack. Third place RuneScape. What's the third place RuneScape reference? Is that a reference to RuneScape 3? He said something about being world's third or something in RuneScape. For what competition? Some guy stole his kill? You have an emote you want to add?
What we doing live?
What we doing live?
Echoes in eternity.
We're gonna have too many Jonathan emotes, guys. We're gonna have too many. Yo, Travic, what's going on, man? You getting pumped for the new league? Appreciate the raid. Welcome everybody from Travic stream. Next was unsoloed, and I was going for the first next solo versus Wooks. And from what I understand is I know who Wooks is. But I never heard of you playing RuneScape. That's how close were you? How close were you? How what was like the time difference between your kill and Wooks's kill? That's pretty impressive because Wooks is insane. Probably my daily how to do blight and not be dumb guide. You're a dirty blight enjoyer, Travic? I don't know if I can support that. Blight's the worst. He did the same thing he did with every first kill, copied some foreign Asian player's video that had 0 subs, then yoinked the tech and uploaded it. Whoa. Whoa. Is there gonna be a Connor v. Wooks cage match? Those are some accusations. This is the drama I didn't expect coming on today. Now I get an extra vote because I didn't sell the simplex to Connor. I will allow extra votes based on rate regret usage. I think we'll have that open to the poll when we do it. He did it on both Nex and Corporeal Beast. One Snoobay left. I don't know if I want to make his name Snoobay. I don't know about that. I'm okay with the man of a side because it's kind of funny, but Cute Dog banned me? Cute Dog did ban him, didn't he? One craft left. General So's Chicken? You want me to add General So's Chicken for your name, Connor? That's what you want? Yeah, I like General So's. Add it to the list. Ask me for a discount. Yo. I kind of like getting asked for discounts, you know, because that means people are asking me to like, yo, you know, I get to sell my item faster. Kirkland brand Thor. Hey, Kirkland brand is decent. I have some Kirkland brand stuff, okay? I have a couple things from Costco. What do you mean Kirkland brand? It's not bad stuff, man. It's not that bad. Not a strong negotiator. He is looking kind of weak. Don't you know who General So's chicken was? No. When I think of General So's chicken, I literally think of General So's chicken like the food. Like the That was cute dog? Oh, he changed his name. General So's chicken was the only Pee-wee streamer to ever ban me. Did you ever get unbanned? Are you still in the abyss? Banned for flexing gear? That's kind of funny. No. Yeah, no, I did not realize that was Cute Dog's previous name. It was before my time with Pee-wee. He asked why my investment was on my Mjolnir character, and I told him it was 550x, and then he laughed and banned me. Is that because he thought the number was like you were lowballing it, or is that because he thought you were making up the number? Because he thought that was like too high of a number to be real. I have no idea. Okay. Smulner than Lance. That's a decent play on word. Jarrus Crawler. I don't think I know what that reference is. I'm trying to get some Pacer related names. I think the thing is we need to figure out a way to work in Halliburton. Right? It'd be the most notorious name recognition, right? Reggie Schiller? What? What do you mean Reggie Schiller? Smaller than Lance is pretty peak. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. We're gonna have to do multiple polls because I can only put so many names in the poll. I'll go back through. We'll cross out some things. Tyrese Hallibelton. Do you actually want Belton in your name? That's a risky play. Small market, small D. That's a little bit too far, don't you think? Free throw merchant. Connor will love this, will he? Genevieve's biggest fan? I don't know about that one. Free throw merchant would be goaded. Well, okay, if you like the name, I don't know about that. What does that even mean? Well, it's basketball free throws, right? If you watch basketball, you would know that's all. What's the merchant? You know about FTA? I mean SGA. Okay, stop using acronyms, guys. Stop with the acronyms. It's just freaking not cool. You can't just start using acronyms for random things. I'm not gonna get your stupid references. His team might mess with the Pacers, and he's called a free throw merchant. Okay, so that the SGA. Okay, so that's a person that you acronymed his name. His name's not actually SGA, right? It's just like his first, last, and middle name or something. The number one leading scorer is on OKC, who's playing the Pacers, the number one team. He's known as a free throw merchant as an insult because he just finishes for fouls, then makes free throws more than pure scoring. Okay. I'm following. Shy Gil Alexander. I don't know how to say that. Just good. Okay, fair enough. That's why we call him SGA. No one knows how to say. Okay, as I got to that G part, I was like, oh, I don't know about that. Okay, SGA makes sense now. That makes sense now. All right, we need to cut down this list a little bit. I'm not sure I'm feeling Thor cosplayer. I'm going to cut down the list, and then when we vote on it, we'll do a tournament style voting, and I will respect the results. But I am going to remove some of these from the list to trim it down a little bit. Put names on a wheel and spin. Nah, I'm gonna let chat vote on them. When? We're gonna vote on them once I trim the list down a little bit. I don't really get what the kernel fork is related to. 16 makes a good tournament size. All right, that's good. I'm good with that. We'll do a tournament bracket. Can we choose a toxic nickname? You guys want me to put some of the toxic nicknames? We'll see. We'll put some of these on the list. I don't know if I want to do multiple. If I'm gonna do the Connor misspelled thing, I'm gonna do it on the Connor with an O one. Cause I like that Connor misspelled one more. Did I put that one in here? Am I just blind? I might just be blind. Below Anthony Bennett. Oh, I see. So I put a bunch of different like text in there. Okay, I should just go down the list because I want to keep these in order to some extent. $1,000 strength left. Why? Oh, is it left just because we're playing on the name, right? Shortest Iowan. We'll add couldn't beat Captain Stall. Anthony Bennett level strength. Connor with an O. Add General Shows Chicken. Mjolnir than Lance. We can do a couple toxic ones. Anthony Bennett is maybe too toxic. No, I think this one's decent, right? Ask me for price checks? Yeah, we could add ask me for price checks. All right, what do we want to do for our 16th one? Something with Paxton is out the window. You know, I add that one to the voting every time every time that vote comes up. A Baxton is gonna just full commit his vote. All right, we'll do that. We'll do 16 names. All right. So bracket seating would be this, right? 1 seed versus the 16 seed and so on, right? Not this has like any particular order, but none of those are toxic. We'll be fine, right? We'll be fine, right? You have a bracket HQ. How do I add more brackets? Okay. I see. I'm following. Okay. All right, 16 teams. This'll work. This'll work. Okay, I like this. I'll just take away the numbers. For voting, you could do a straw poll with a name, then eliminate bottom half. Repeat only one left. I think I'm just gonna do one by one. Make sure that people have the ability to vote for each one, right? And we'll see how this goes. I think it'll work fine, probably, maybe. Just do a one by one, yeah. We'll just do short timers for them. We'll just do short timers for them. I think it'll work fine. And we'll let everybody vote on each one. Do we want to include voting with channel points? Or do we want an honest, every person's vote counts equally? What are the thoughts? Honest vote? Okay, we'll do an honest vote. No doubters will have extra points, you know? No point arm team, yeah. Make sure to get everything in here. Lance the PUB ready? I'm gonna do it finish it up after the stream. I should have done it this morning, but I was too slow, and then I needed to start stream for the Wizard Legend 2.
I wonder if he will remember to change sub badges before new League Pog.
Yes, I need to do that, Slowpoke. I'll try to add that on the list of things I need to do. Thanks for the reminder. Did Lance lose the bet? No, I won the bet, which is why we're creating this bracket for chat to vote on. These are mostly names that were suggested by chat. So we're picking out Connor's next league name. Okay, we're missing team 3, which is sub delay. It's all right. All right. Does it look like the bracket is correct? Will somebody snipe it? No snipers in chat, okay? Also, if somebody snipes it, we'll add like an extra piece of text, you know? We'll add an extra piece of text for it. Like an underscore or something, you know? It's not the end of the world. All right. The first we will do is going to be... Did I click start tournament? How do I tell which one? How do I log in? Do I have to do that? MS Paint time, baby. MS Paint time. Yoink. Got paywall? Yeah, not today, baby. Paint the ultimate program gets us around this downside. All right, guys. We are going to be doing 1-minute polls. If you're in YouTube chat, you need to log into Twitch chat if you want to vote, okay? Otherwise, your vote will not be heard because I don't know how to poll YouTube chat. So if you're in YouTube chat and you want to vote on Connor's next name, you're gonna need to log into the Twitch chat to have your voice heard, okay? Nothing personal. I just have no idea how to do polls in YouTube chat. Okay? YouTube chats are real. They are real, okay? They're real people, guys. So, the first poll is going to be which name? I guess we'll just do which name each time. We'll do Lanced. I'll call the poll Pick Connor's Name. We'll have Lanced 2 Essences. And we will have Skipped Quiver Day, okay? Skipped Quiver Day. There are not going to be any additional votes. You guys will have 1 minute on each of these polls to vote wisely. The poll begins now, okay? The poll begins now. Are you voting for Lance to Essences or Skipped Quiver Day? We're going to do the bracket of 16, and then we'll go through the 8. I don't see any YouTube chatters. They're real, guys. See, they're real. Hot Mjolnir in your area. Dude, how did I not see that? That would be a decent one. Freaking missed. Can I add that into the list? We need an emergency add that? That's a pretty good one. Stop the count? Okay, hold on. We will this vote is still going. I think both these are pretty good. Skipped Quiver Day is winning. It looks pretty clearly. Let's go ahead and we will pick one to replace, okay? We'll pick one to replace. But let's go ahead and do this. The 16 Steed is taking an early lead. Take out 8. Reggie Mjolnir. Is Reggie Mjolnir too nice? Yeah, I think you guys are right. Reggie Mjolnir is too nice. Should make this like gray like the rest of the thing. Hot Mule near in your area. All right. Size it down a bit so it fits. Close enough. Close enough. Come on, type Mjolnir. I don't have a keyboard that could do that, guys. I don't have the special O. I just have regular basic O. I don't have fancy O. I don't have those types of powers. It's not even pronounced an O. I don't know what it is. I don't have it on my keyboard. You don't have it? No, I don't. My grandpa won 2 world wars to not have that garbage on my keyboard. I don't know about that. All right, next vote, guys. Next vote. We're going to go from the bottom up, and we're going to close it on in. So next one up, we have is Smilder than Lance and Sub to Lance, all right? Prediction time. Or not prediction, sorry. Poll. Poll time. Poll time. Which name wins? Smulner than Lance and Sub to Lance. You will have 1 minute again to place your votes. Why are we stalling? We're not stalling. We're doing the bracket, guys. We're doing the bracket, okay? We're going through and we're gonna find out what Connor's next name is, okay? This is valuable intel right now. Take an A or a U just for good measure? No, I don't. I'm not copying and pasting that, guys. I'm not copying and pasting it. All there is to do is stall. League starts Friday, 1 p.m. Well, technically, I have to finish the E-Blade guide and do some other things, but you know. Are we doing 16 contestants? We're doing 16 contestants. This is a full bracket. So far, Lance to Essences lost to Skipped Quiver Day. Skipped Quiver Day got the first W of the night, and it looks like Sub to Lance is about to beat Smulner than Lance. Smulner than Lance is taking an early exit from the bracket. Rest in peace, Smulner than Lance. You've been defeated. All right, select. Move it up the bracket. Sub to Lance moves on to the next stage. All right, next up we have shortest. Oh, I guess I do this the 3 seed and the 4 seed next, right? So we're gonna do even my POB lost against Ask Me for Price Checks, guys. The next poll is going to be even my POB lost versus Ask Me for Price Checks. You'll have 1 minute to place your votes. You'll have 1 minute to place your votes. We all know who's winning this. Holy crap! Ask Me for Price Checks is a pretty dominant lead here. Do we even need to call? Do we even need to wait for this to conclude? I think we close the polls early on this one. We're gonna declare an early winner. Not even freaking close. Ask Me for Price Checks is moving on to the second round. Mercy Rule, yeah, that was a brutalization. Call the slaughter off. Yeah. I actually don't know how to. Can I close this out? If I type /poll, you already have a poll active. Okay, I guess I can't cancel it. What's going on here? We're letting chat vote on Connor's next name. So we polled a bunch of names from chat, and we've added them to a bracket of 16, and we're voting our way to Connor's League Star name. All right, next up is going to be Lost to No POB Man versus Couldn't Beat Captain Stall. Couldn't beat Captain Stall versus Lost to POB Man. You have 1 minute to place your votes. I'm just gonna put this over here so you can like see the bracket. Why not stand for Lance, by the way? I don't know if anyone suggested that earlier, or I just didn't notice it earlier. Bit of toxicity next to Lance. Why are you guys all voting for Couldn't Beat Captain Stall? I do not stall. This is so bogus, okay? This is so bogus. What do you mean? Why isn't that freaking weighted turn? Come on. Guys. This is... That's just not right. Okay, that's just not right. You allowed it 2 burns in 1 name? Yeah, maybe that was a mistake adding that name to the pool. Maybe that was a mistake adding that name to the pool. All right, next up we have the 5 versus the 12 seed. And it's going to be General So's Chicken versus 1,000 strength left. Make sure to do this as a poll. General So's Chicken or 1,000 strength left. Place your votes. Place your votes. See if this is a closer one or if there is a weighted opinion in chat. Petition to swap Connor with an O for Stan for Lance. I am not adding Stan for Lance. No deal. No deal. No deal. I'm trying to forget that ever occurred, okay? Not enough people know General So's Chicken. Yeah, it looks like General So's is just barely getting beaten right now. You need a Pee Wee Boomer to get it. Yeah, this would have to be. I didn't even know this was Q-Dog's previous name. No shot. It's not already taken, guys. If it's taken, it's just gonna be a matter of like you can add a freaking like underscore or number or whatever. I'm so sad Smilden and Lance died. It's rough competition out there. It's rough competition out there. 1,000 strength left has taken another W. Well, I don't know about another W. It's technically the first W, I guess. Starting to thin out the situation here. Okay, 1,000 strength moves on. Next up, we have Connor with an O versus 1 Rage Essence left. Next up is Connor with an O versus 1 Rage Essence left. Okay? Place your wagers wisely. Or I guess this isn't placing your wagers. You guys are just voting. I don't know. I'm too used to doing predictions. Can we make a poll for your name, Captain Lance 9? No, it's already taken. It's already taken. All right, real quick, actually, I kind of need to pee real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. I will be right back. I kind of have to pee. I am not stalling for the record. Okay, I feel better. Which one won, guys? Which one won? Which one took the W? Rage Essence left one. Rage Essence, okay. Rage Essence takes... How close was it? Was it close? Or was it like just a stomp? Very close. Alright. One Rage Essence left. Moves on to the next round. 52-48. Dang, yeah, that's pretty close. You can see it? Wait. What the hell is this? Man of Messiah destroys Anthony Bennett level strength. Alright, Stallmaster 5,000 returns. That's not my name. I'll turn this down just a little bit. That is not my name. Alright. So we have Man of Messiah, which is here. Takes a clean, easy victory over Anthony Bennett level strength. I hope you get to publish a video about the elements because I want to play that. But noob, I would love if your POB had gems that I could configure and other things out. Anakin, I don't know if I'm going to have time or not because I still need to do... So I'm working to finish on my E-Blade guide and I still have to do... I want to do a Beta Nove video. And I kind of feel pretty sick, so I'm not, like, operating at full capacity right now. I'm pretty sure I've already seen the conclusion of the bracket. Oh, no, I guess we'll find out if you're right. All right, shortest Iowan versus Hot Mjolnir in your area, guys. The next... Oh, no, dude, I gotta stop clicking prediction. We have... Shortest... Iowan versus Hot Mjolnir in your area. Place your votes. Place your votes. Why even run the poll? One's clearly better than the other. Listen, you never know. Okay, you never know. Okay. This ain't looking pretty. This ain't pretty. Shortest Iowan is getting decimated out there. Rest in peace to Shortest Iowan. You have been defeated. Man, that was brutal. Okay, which one do we have left? Is that all of them? Is that our first 8? Yep. We've completed the round of 16. We are now into the final 8. Currently, we have skipped Quiverday, who's a 16 seed and upset the 1 seed, Lance to Essence, and it wasn't actually close. Won by a lot. Number 8 seed, Hot Mjolnir in your area. The 12 seed, 1,000 strength left. The 13 seed couldn't beat Captain Stall. The 14 seed asked me for price checks. The 11 seed won a Rage Essence. The 10 seed, the Man of Messiah. And the 2nd seed, sub to Lance. All right, let's start things off with skipped Quiverday and Hot Mjolnir in your area. Okay. Prediction. Or sorry, dang it. I gotta stop typing prediction. Poll. Skipped Quiverday and Hot Mjolnir in your area. All right. Place your votes. Place your votes. Where's free Palace Run? We don't have a free Palace Run square though. I want Man of Messiah to win. I think ask for price checks is best. There's definitely, you guys, everybody has opinions. This is an objective way to do it. Everybody gets to vote, okay? Everybody gets to vote. He doesn't have the emote? What emote? What emote am I supposed to have? The free Palace Run emote? Do we have a link for it? What is the free Palace Run emote? Hot Mueller can get second place. Please don't let it win. Sounds like somebody is not a fan of Hot Mueller. Forgotten Shave is not interested in it. All right. Hot Mueller makes it to the final four, baby. To the final four. All right. Next up, we have Mana Messiah versus Sub de Lance. I don't actually know who's going to win on this one, to be honest. I feel like this is... I got to stop clicking prediction. All right. Elite 8. Mana Messiah versus Sub to Lance. Place your votes. Place your votes. Vote wrong equal ban. We're not banning anyone for what they vote for. We're not banning anyone for what they're voting for, okay? I guess I'm clearly prediction count 10. Has it really been? It has not been that many times. It has not been that many times. How is Mana Messiah on the list? Because people asked for it and we added it to the list. Wait, shoot, what's the count at? This is a pretty close one, but it looks like Mana Messiah is taking home the W. Is it even a joke? It's a reference to the Snoobe versus Fubgun arc. All right, Mana Messiah to the final four. All right, next up we have 1,000 strength left versus couldn't beat Captain Stall. Elite 8. Couldn't beat Captain Stall. And 1,000 strength left. All right. Place your wagers. Place your wagers, people. Or not your wagers. For your votes. Listen, I'm too used to doing predictions, man. I'm too used to doing predictions. Dang. That is an... Okay, guys. I want to remind you that, for the record, on a regular basis, I am not stalling in stream, okay? So this is a little bit of a misleading name. Just so we're clear, I think you guys are a little bit too happy with voting for it, okay? Because it's completely a fallacy. Says the Necro Crafter. Listen, Necropolis Crafting was a good time, okay? It was a good time, man. It was a good time. You gotta believe me. All right, fine. Couldn't beat Captain Stall. Moves on to the final four. Couldn't beat Captain Stall. Already taken. Is that the one I already took? I already took that. That was testing. All right. We have Ask Me for Price Checks and 1 Rage Essence left, guys. Ask Me for Price Checks and 1 Rage Essence left. You want an emote? Hold on. Somebody wants an emote. Free Palsteron. All right. The next one is Ask Me for Price Checks and 1 Rage Essence left. Place your votes, people. Place your votes. We're moving on to the final four after this. Guys, you can't pull if you get timed out. Okay, don't time people out then. We're creating an anti-Connor name. We're creating a we're making Connor's name because we won the bet. He was questing. Okay, that's true. That's true. Slowpoke. If you're questing, Pohunger has it right here. You can't be questing if you want to vote. Okay. If you want your voice to be heard, Holy crap. Ask me for price checks. Just absolutely destroyed one Rage Essence left. Alrighty. We're down to the final 4. I think these are going to be more competitive. We'll see. We'll see. We got Hot Mjolnir in your area. The 8th seed. Couldn't beat Captain Salt, the 13th seed. The Ask Me for Price Checks is the 14th seed. And the Mana Messiah at seed number 10. We will do the top side first. Hot Mjolnir in your area versus couldn't beat Captain Stall. This is going to be pretty close, right? It's going to be pretty close. Chat needs to view this next 2 clips for context. What are these clips for context? Is that before I open up the vote? Stall is bad and you should feel dumb for voting for it. Holy. Kobe says what's on his mind. I kind of agree with Kobe. He's kind of based right now. Okay, the Stall one doesn't make sense, you know? So it's a little bit silly you guys are voting for it. People that don't get the meme. Oh. Hold on. So the Mana Messiah thing, for context, is this clip. That's what the Messiah reference is. He's rigging the elections. That's just the context. And the next clip. What's the next clip? Dude, I don't get why people think the AI stuff is funny. I don't know. I'm kind of an AI hater a little bit. Every time I see like AI stuff. All right. We have a clear winner on the last one, which was couldn't beat Captain Stall, making it to the finals. Now, to find the contender. Ask me for price checks versus Mana Messiah. Prediction, or not prediction. I gotta stop, dude. Every time, man. Every time. Captain Stall is like you lost a bet and you're memeing yourself. Listen, I don't know how that got in there, let alone made it past the first round, okay? This is rigged. Final 4. Ask me for price checks versus Mana Messiah. Place your votes. It's losing. Who's winning right now? Ask me for price checks is beating Mana Messiah. Holy. You guys, I wasn't sure which one was gonna win between these two, to be honest. I kind of thought you guys were gonna go with the Messiah, but the chat has spoken, and Mana Messiah is getting taken out by Ask Me for price checks. I liked it until Connor clearly wanted it. Yeah, he played his hand. He shouldn't have linked those clips. He was trying to shift the bet. Chat read him like a book. All right. The final poll. The final 2. We will give you guys. Will it be couldn't beat Captain Stall? Or is it going to be ask me for price checks? All right. You guys have a minute to place your votes. I'm going to ask you for price checks. No, don't ask me for price checks. It looks like we have a pretty clear winner. We're winning, chat. Cosmetics 2 toxic tag. the cosmetic, the 2 toxic tag did not stop chat from the ask me for price checks. Stop the count. I mean, it's looking. I mean, you guys got 30 seconds left. I mean, there's our 60 votes gonna appear out of nowhere. This will get old in less than a day, Cold Pizza. Listen, the chat voted, and we have to accept it. This is a democracy, okay? This is a democracy. I think there were much better names, you know, in the first round bracket, but chat had other ideas, you know? It is what it is. Ask me for price checks is Connor's name. you better get to reserving that. Or whatever you have to do, Connor, in terms of like adding underscores, but that's what it's gonna be. That's what chat voted on. They want to ask me for price checks. Rip Smolder, man. I like Smolder than Lance. I thought that was a decent one. Alright, I'm a man of my word. I'll make sure any Lance build item I confidently tell them is 30D, so they price them all at that price. Shut up. No. Now we're gonna make GG extend the league to 9 months, so he has to be price check. He's not gonna be price check for 9 months, guys. He's gonna be price check until I swap. Until I reroll my champion build. Link Ivory Tower 30D, yep. Is there a limit to ignore list, Sudanese? There is. There is a limit to ignore list. There is a limit to the ignore list. It's like 100, right? It's actually not that like large of a list, right? All right. I think it's time to finish up that freaking buy list. I think we've been stalling for quite a while. Should I add crit multi this? Crit multi's already on there. Lance admits to stalling. I don't know what you're talking about. I will not ask a single price check if you just tell us how to solve accuracy on Mjolnir Star. you grab a Shaper's Touch, right? I never saw we've been stalling for quite a while. Oh yeah, that's. Listen. We're getting it done, okay? We're getting it done. I hate removing tab maps from the remove only tab. We started trying to sort our tab. It took 3 tries. There we go. There we go. Ask for price check has been acquired. You're looking at the next Connor build. Classy stuff. Classy stuff. Look, getting those when you get to maps. I mean, Shaper's Touch you just buy off trade for like 20C after a day goes by. That's the power of going to sleep. You go to sleep with Shaper's Touch being non-existent, and you wake up to it being 20C. What's the name? Asked me for price checks. He just changed it slightly in order to make it so it wasn't already reserved. Although, yeah, you should include the me part. You should include the me part. It's pretty relevant, you know? It's fairly relevant. There is missing the me part. All the voices in my head tell me to get rid of the remove only tabs. You can't choose any name you want, have people with the same name. Yeah. I think, Connor, Vertilac said he reserved it already. Alright, anyways. What do we have next? We have, oh yeah, I was fixing the buy list. I'm gonna stop being lazy about the buy list, and I'm gonna get it done. Ask Mjolnir for price check. Reserving the name is cringe. It's fine, guys. All right. Acquired. This is fine. Is weighted sum a new thing? No. Weighted sum is not a new thing. It is my preferred way to make a buy list. So people can have a decent time buying rares. Make sure this at least has movement speed of 20. I just don't want anyone running around with less than 20 movement speed boots. That just wouldn't be right. Either 20 movement speed or 1 empty prefix. I need to figure out what I'm playing so I can practice run. You got a couple days. Make it non-unique. Yeah, I guess we can make it non-unique. Oh, do I have suppress on here? Ooh, we don't want suppress on here anyways. Not for this character. The tri-stack does suppress. The non-tri-stack does not use suppress. Save active trade. Is there context to the free Palace Run emote? The context is just the Uber Dan memeing about Palace Run. That's what it's from. The Uber Dan AI video. I'm proud of my chat for picking the most toxic name. Yeah, you guys picked one from the toxic list. That's crazy. What do you think about the new dot wheels in the witch area for Gagarf? Never gonna click those for Gagarf. Way too out of the way, and they aren't strong enough. So you won't click those for the Scion. Will the little E-Blade guide be up? I'm gonna try to do tonight/tomorrow morning. I wanted to do this morning, but I was kind of way too slow in getting stuff done. I don't know if it's very obvious, but I am not fully in the correct headspace. I'm feeling pretty trash right now, and so I'm a little bit mentally bricked. Getting sick just in time for Leaks Art? Yeah, hopefully I'm not sick by Leaks Art, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of thinking I might be sick on League Start. It'd be a bummer. Because, like, okay, here's the issue. Here's the issue. If you get sick on League Start before, and then you start, like, slightly degenning, then your body doesn't really recover, and you just chain a longer sickness. It's a questionable situation. Well, damage, yes. Probably goodish. Tonight or tomorrow morning, according to YouTube stream tile? Yeah, that should be doable. Mentally Brick should be your character's name? Maybe. Be thinking about it. I usually just put something like I'm really bad at coming up with League Star names. Or just character names in general. Because basically I just put it off until like right when I'm making the character. And that results in like the most uncreative name. Because then I just end up calling it like Lance Poison Concoction, you know? Just I need to up my my naming game because I pretty much just end up naming my character Lance plus the skill I'm using. I was eating a breakfast burrito this morning. I got something chewy and it was a Band-Aid. Ugh. Why? Ugh, why would you say that? I don't want to hear that. Start eating kiwi and oranges right now. You need a vitamin bond to blow up those germs. Start just pumping the vitamin C. Are we calling the EB build Gagarf? No. The Gagarf, the exclamation point Gagarf is just a link to the Gagarf build. We finished that a couple days ago. Vitamin D, not vitamin C. Oh my, freaking getting mixed up. Indoors all day? Okay, that is mostly true, but we spent a large amount of time on the beach this weekend, and I got giga sunburned. So I should have a surplus, right? No? Tell me it doesn't work that way? One can hope, right? One can hope. Take that off. I need to remember in the future when I make these that I don't need... If I do the pseudo, I don't need to do the stats multiple times. We still don't have the Sanctum nerfs. We're gonna get those today, right? Right? We're at least gonna get the gems, right? According to Lance, every hour you spend on the beach means you don't need to see the sun for that many years? Correct. That sounds about right to me. I got my time outside all topped off. We're good to go for a while. I feel like it's gonna be Friday morning. What was the last time we had like a really big delay? It was when they were giving us transfigured gems, right? I remember when we were waiting for like the RF gem to be revealed for like forever. Felt like it was never gonna happen. Is Aegis Aurora a substitute until you can get a rare shield recovery S on block for Gagarf? No. Unless you scale armor, which we don't. I would say recover on block's easier to get than Aegis. Because it's just like, you could just dense fossil a few times on a Shaper Titanium. Aegis, I think like League Start Aegis is going to be like somewhat costly, right? I guess I don't know how expensive Aegis has been on the last few League Starts. I got banned on Fobo stream for pointing out that he cried 2 weeks ago on stream. It sounds like you got banned because you were being toxic, right? Why would he want you on his stream if that was the case? UDB as the Guardian node for Sign Change. Does that affect anything at start? That should make Gagarf better. It just means you can fit in like an aspect of the spider where you couldn't previously. I mean, he's toxic to every PoE streamer for clout. Whether or not Fubgun is toxic to other streamers does not make it okay for you to go harass him, right? And I don't know, man. I think that's a little bit toxic, to be honest with you. I don't want to support people just going harassing streamers for whatever it is. With the 3-node Aura Wheel near Duelist, we can fit the 35% Purity of Fire to save on max residuals. With 3-node Aura Wheel near Duelist, you can save on money. Yes. If the max res jewels are too expensive, yeah, you can grab the max res nodes. Why would an adult take their time to confront a streamer? I don't know. I think I'd just to stir up drama. I don't freaking know. DSL is looking at his stream and says your PS about trying to stir up drama. Yeah. I feel like that's how a lot of it starts with a lot of these dramas is usually some chatter specifically goes out of their way to be like, X so-and-so said blah blah blah, you know? Can you elaborate on the changes to Guardian RF? The main change that happened for Guardian is it lost the recovery rate and it got reservation. Guardian kind of had an excess of sustain with the time of need node. So this kind of allows you a little bit more freedom to go for, basically you can add in, like let's say you didn't have Flesh and Stone before, you can add it in, or maybe you're trying to fit in extra purity, you can add it in. That's what this is allowing you to do. It's giving you a bit more power on your aura scaling for the build. The nice thing about this, and this is specifically for Guardian, for example, because Guardian has both life and mana pool. The cool thing about this is not only does this allow you to get an extra like 25% reservation on your life pool, it allows you to get an extra like 50% level reservation on your mana pool type of thing. Now, calling a streamer bald or old, on the other hand, is login. I mean, that's kind of toxic, too. Oh, does Incinerate look on elementals for League Start? I would not League Start Incinerate. Mostly because I feel like Incinerate needs some pretty good cast time to feel good. And I'm not sure you can really get it on League Start gear. When are you making a totem guide? Never. I'm never making a totem guide. It's not happening. No. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but can you tell me what your secret minion build is you're going to do? I don't have a secret minion build. I do like to play about 1 minion build per league. I feel like it's a nice, like, forces me to do something I'm less comfortable with build making wise. If I do one... Okay, so most recently minion builds we did Spectre build with the Crabmancer. We did Golem of Maelstrom. We did Holy Relic a while ago. Maybe I'll do... We could do anime E-Blade, but I don't know. I've done too much E-Blade stuff recently. I don't really want to do that. We could do maybe a zombie style build, a skeleton style build. I'm just trying to go through like the list of... I could try a more normal Golem build maybe. Bama, is that a minion build or is that a totem build? And Bama's already been like super freaking like everybody's done Bama. Everybody and their sister's done it. I'm not sure. Like, I guess a lot of people have redone a lot of different minions, right? Or a bot Merc linker. That would maybe be an interesting puzzle to solve to see if we could make Merc actually good. That I might be tempted to do that. A little Merc project. See if we could actually make the mercenary like strong or like a competitive build. Maybe we'll take that as a challenge to do. That'd be kind of fun to try to do. You could add an AG, yeah, just two Giga Chad AG plus the Merc. Triple synth rare gear Merc Bog, yeah. Imagine giving the mercenary like a 1,000 plus PDPS axe or something. just super overcommit to his gear, and then do an aura bot spec. Okay, that maybe sounds like a fun project to try to do. We'll have to think on that. That might be our go-to minion build this league. It probably is going to be like super bad, but it also sounds like it could be a fun project to try to make work. Because that is pretty like that is pretty whack for sure. Please don't do the AG as a single damage dealer. We could do AG as like a support bot, another support bot, technically as well, right? Your Merc's not gonna be wearing the purple stove. You are, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be wearing the support gear. What am I forgetting right now? Belts, boots, jewels, ring. I should technically do an amulet for before people get Astromentus. I hope this league's gonna be one of the Pog leveling leagues with Mercs. It might be. I'm kind of really curious about how strong they're going to be, if they're going to offset the 50% more damage or more life they're giving to the bosses and stuff. I wonder if initially, when you don't have gear to support it, if it's going to be like a misplay to click them or not. What do you guys think? Is it going to be a misplay to click mercenaries on League Start? I feel like normally dealing with league mechanics is almost always a misplay. But there's been a couple leagues where it's not a misplay, right? Have there been? I feel like there's maybe a couple leagues that haven't been a misplay to click the mercenary. Or like click the whatever given league mechanic. I'm going to do the Merc for the well-rolled rares, yeah. Get some early upgrades. Will they add more HP to the zone? Yeah, they add like a 50% more monster life buff, right? So unless they're offsetting that extra HP to the enemies, then it's maybe cooked. Can the 10D cast and crit version do T17s? Yes. There's going to be certain T70 mods you don't do, but you would skip those regardless of your budget probably. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. The remove X% of life on hit. That's an auto PK for a low life character. Like, there's certain mods on T17s you just have to skip. Or certain mods that maybe if they personally annoy you, you skip anyways. Like for me, I just skip Drowning Orbs. Drowning Orbs aren't like particularly hard. they just make me angry when I'm playing them, that type of thing. So I skip them for that reason. You can always just check them to see if you want something they're wearing. That's a good point. Just a quick hover, like checking a vendor, and then if there's nothing good, just walk past. Quad Herald. I think for Herald stacking, if you're doing multiple Heralds, I think it's basically just like Herald of Purity plus Herald of Agni for Poison Fizz base build, or Herald of Purity plus Herald of Ash. I don't know about the other Heralds working out that well, because their flat isn't that much. But maybe it'd be okay. Hey, Corduroy, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Make this an amulet. Make this slightly higher weighting. Increased ES. We'll make this worth. Similar to Crypt Multi. How do I pass this on to you? Ask me for price check. I think it's fine. You don't have to worry about it. Chicken rice life. Because I think you had this and Vertilac had to ask me for price checks. I would say just let Connor know on League Start, hey, I'm gonna unreserve this name. You know, type of thing. It really doesn't matter too much. He can always just add like a random underscore or whatever to the name. It's not a big deal. I deleted and he reserved it. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, you could DM Connor and let him know or whatever. I don't think it's too big of a deal if Connor just adds like an underscore or whatever. You know, it's still gonna be pretty readable and whatnot. Okay. When are we warbing? We're not warbing. We came to our senses on warbing and we're not doing it. Whether or not that's the correct choice, who's to say, really? Okay. I think I need to add. Old Lance would have started Warb. Warb looked questionable. Warb looked questionable. I don't know. I'm not confident with the buff numbers. I'm not confident. You think Cold Dot is viable for League Start? Yes. Yeah, I think so. As long as you're okay with Vortex not being instant click, that's kind of your call. We'll add Emperor's Mastery to the buy list. A year ago for 5D. That guy's trying to give that jewel away for free, basically. I have Unnatural Instinct in the POBs for these. I'm shocked they didn't revert the Vortex nerf. Yeah, we'll see if the buffs they did to it were enough. They did give it some nice buffs, to be fair. Cold Dot's one of the most buffed things this patch, but I'm not sure it's really going to be enough. I think people playing Cold Dot will probably have a decent time, but its scaling late game is still just pretty bad, right? New emote, did you pay for this? I'm at Messiah. I don't think I want to add this, guys. I don't think I want to add this. I think I'm gonna pass. My Lightning Tendrils build is getting 4M with picked from ground gear with new gems numbers, but the roof is so low. I mean, that sounds pretty solid if you're starting out at 4 million. Minus 30K? Yeah, sorry, man. I'm gonna veto it. I think I got most everything for the buy list. I guess I could add helical watch, helical crafting. Can I do this? Can I add a link to the YouTube VOD where I go over the helical craft in the Garth video? Does that work? Are we gonna theory craft Peacock and Ballad Seed? That is tomorrow's plan. I'm trying to finish up the E-Blade guide. Okay, a little bit too far there. Okay. Should be about right. Does this work? If I click on this, I copy the text. I don't think that works quite right. Are we still the problem where spells scale high with Archmage or BB only? I mean, you could EB only. You could scale decently with other options too, with gem level scaling. People could still do that. E-Blade and Archmage, I think, are better, but I'm not 100% sure. We're listening to Gary Resolve maybe a little bit. I don't think people could copy this correctly, right? If they do this, will that work? Nope. Edit. Okay, okay. Click edit. There we go. All right. How good is Cold Off from Overcap Cold Rise in your opinion after seeing it? It's tempting. It's pretty good. I don't know how min-max it scales. It's just probably an auto-include for Cold Off builds, I would think. I don't know if it really makes it like anything super insane. Could the new Wave of Conviction be good with a slam build? Wave of Conviction, Battle Mage's Cry, Spellblade. If you're playing a slam build, you're not really going to deal efficient spell damage. Whereas if you're playing a caster build and you're proccing with Battle Mage's Cry, I think it's also fairly inefficient usually. I don't think I've ever seen a Battle Mage Cry build where you're proccing the skill and it works out well. New Wave of Conviction looks horrible. I think it looks good. It's a fast cast time with good effectiveness. As long as you can get the wave to occur quickly. That's going to be the limiting factor, I think. This is an extension. Yeah, this is the better trading extension. This is where I share the buy list for... We're gonna do what we did with the other one. We're gonna do what we did with the other one. Duration AoE don't interact favorably with it. And yeah, that is correct. It's the big what if. I want to make sure I link this video to show how to do the craft. All right. I think this is good. I think this covers pretty much all the main gearing stuff. You see the change they made to Scion Guardian? Yeah, I think it's a solid buff to Scion. My axe. Yo, Blizos. Appreciate the sub, man. It's probably a bit of a nerf to the Scion Aura stack angle where you got Giga recovery rate, but for most builds that click Scion, that's a buff, I would think. Would I play this character in SSF? I wouldn't recommend it in SSF. Could you play it in SSF? You could play anything in SSF if you're determined enough, but I would not recommend it in SSF, no. Alright, guys. Is there anything obvious we need to do besides this? I think it's basically just pulling together the POB notes section. Does anyone want to see specific showcases of any of the characters? Because I think what I'm going to do is, I'm probably going to end stream to finish the full video on this. Blighted Contagion. Well, Blighted Contagion won't work with the characters. Blighted Contagion dot skill. It's not gonna operate. Where do you see the Scion change? So if you want to see the Scion change, it's part of the JSON file. You'll see Guardian says 25% reservation instead of increased recovery rate. If you want to get this in your POB, you need to go to options and you need to collect opt-in for weekly beta test. They've added in a lot of basically all the tree changes, but it's not supported yet. So for example, you'll see like this wheel. It's like a new wheel, but it has the red text. That means it's not supported in POB. So if you want to see like the tree changes visually, you can do that, opt in to beta test, and then that will allow you to look at the extra nodes on the tree and stuff and see where there are. Is Exsanguinate not viable for mines self-cast? I think Exsanguinate would be good for mines, for clear potentially, but then you're playing Exsanguinate, which is going to be a bit lower damage. Probably decent clear. I would imagine it would be just lower on the damage scale. That's kind of up to you. I think a lot of personal preference goes into what skill you pick. You want to see Eye of Winter Mines? Okay, I'll pull out the... Let's pull out the Cast on Crit character, or do you want to... You say Eye of Winter Mines. Okay, Eye of Winter Mines. Here, let me show Eye of Winter Mines. I think it's on this character. Can you showcase a Sanctum run for the fresh After Axe E-Blade character? Yepers, I don't have that character set up. But that being said, the 325 guide, I will link to basically the various videos for information for stuff. The 325 guide covers, I think I did a complete showcase run for that build that goes over like the early Sanctum, but I'll make sure that's the case. Some of the stuff I don't want to necessarily redo, / I don't have the time to redo. So some of the mine stuff will be, it's not like stuff has really changed for the build. The build, it didn't really get nerfed. It didn't really get buffed. Well, I mean, some skills got buffed maybe a little bit. Hex Blast got removed, but aside from that, the build is basically one for one the same, pretty much. Okay, so we'll showcase this Minotaur with reduced flash charges. Can you showcase a T17 with Gagarf? You want to see a T17 with a Gagarf character? Yeah, I could do that. Oh, hold on. We bricked something. I bricked my mine activate. Yeah, that's what I bricked. Okay. Had it deactivated for some reason. I'm not gonna click the massive shrine because it just makes us do more damage. But if you're doing mines, also one thing I want to note is I'm playing with triple res flask. This is a tank setup. Whoops, don't want to put that. This is a tank setup. I do not necessarily recommend this. There's a few different options. You can go triple res, or you can go bismuth plus quicksilver. I think I would, for the most part, recommend. I need to stop using my League Start RNG. I think I'd for the most part, recommend bismuth quicksilver coruscating, so that way you keep the movement speed. But I have that set up on the cast and crit character just to showcase the difference, right? RNG gone. It's okay. It's okay. We can restore the RNG by opening the box and getting like a Leer cast or something garbage, right? We can restore the RNG. We can set it right. That's what it looks like doing a minnow map. The guy who wanted to see the Excess Mines showcase. Hold on. Actum. Alright, we're good. Actum is virtually worthless. Actum is like you put that on and your build gets worse. That's fantastic. RNG is saved. Alright. If anyone else wants me to showcase something real quick, I think somebody wanted me to showcase Gagarf on a T17. I'll do a couple showcases, but then I think I'm gonna... I need to lay down for a bit / work on the E-Blade guide. Jedi Master Lance, was this the character I had it on? Does E-Blade work with Incinerate Eventing? Yes. In fact, that's literally what Connor's doing on his min-max setup. Okay, this is AoE mace, I guess. Plus AoE is annoying. I dropped a Moroi Urki yesterday while I was doing a practice run with a 597 roll. Decided double corrupted. It got added fizz and attack speed. You get away with losing some League Start RNG, sis, and you tempted fate, man. Rest in peace to your RNG, dude. Oh, I need to put roll call back on. The cool thing about this character is you kind of get chain explode because it has a bunch of AoE. And it has like giga % damage scaling. So just with Oriaths, it actually chain explodes pretty well. Which is pretty dang nice. Even though you're playing like Conk RF, you still have like crazy AoE for the other stuff, right? Alright, so that's what it looks like. Doing a T17. Just kind of normal mods. That's like just baseline T17 or whatever. Why is the AoE small? So if you want to push the damage, you have to go Conk Effect Helmet. This helps you get like 30% more damage. You don't have to do this. You can play just Ultra Giga AoE. That's your call. Oh, thanks for the showcase. Yeah, no problem. Oriaths is gonna be expensive. Oriaths, yeah, Oriaths is an Uber drop that's like a 1 in 10 or 1 in 5 or whatever. Yeah, it's a min-max upgrade. You won't have that for a while. Why'd you take 30,000 damage? I pressed Valor F. Sacrifice 60% of your total energy shield and life. So I have roughly about 50,000 between the two pools. So whenever I click Valor F with 50,000, 60% of 50,000 is 30k. So that's, you just press that when you're doing like DPS. What do you mean small? It's like a large portion of the screen. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I think this is a good AoE for Conk Effect. All right. Anyways, last call. If anyone wants me to do any other showcase with any other characters, otherwise, I am going to try to finish up the E-Blade guide hopefully tonight. That is the plan. Sorry for a bit of a shorter stream, but I need to get this done, and I'm feeling pretty cooked. Assuming Sanctum gets gutted, what should the E-Blade character farm to get going? It's kind of up to you what you want, but I'm going to showcase in the E-Blade update video, I'm going to showcase a mapping setup, and you can kind of pick what content you want to do with it in maps. Like, for example, me this league, I'm probably going to go try out like a Expedition League start I'm thinking about trying. Unless I second guess doing Tujin, which I might. Can you showcase an act as 1 to 10? No. Nope. Alright. I'm gonna maybe go lay down for a bit, and then I'm gonna work on the E-Blade guide, and I should hopefully get that done tonight. If I don't get it done tonight, it'll be tomorrow morning before I start stream. So let's see who's online. Sorry, it's a bit of a shorter day for me, but I am not feeling great. I'm gonna send you guys over to Tai Tai. Earlier today, we played Wizard of Legend 2 with Tai Tai and Crouching Tuna. It looks like Tuna's already offline, but I'll send you guys to Tai Tai and see what he's up to. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Hopefully you had a fun day. And yeah, until tomorrow, I will see you all later. Have a good night, guys. Peace out.